Okay. Let's figure out what we'll do today. There is a door here.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Where does this lead to?
It is not the first closed door we found in this building. There is also your mysterious blue kitchen door.
Indeed.
I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case.
Possibly.
Below, the hostel cafeteria creaks and groans under your added weight. A skeleton of composite support beams and cantilevers. A dull thump. Somewhere inside, a wind brace rattles from the imperceptible motion of the building.
The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not unimportant.
Found the killer again. I have some people that sort of confessed to the murder, but they were very unconvinced. Like there are a lot of holes in that confession. So it seems unlikely that they were actually the murders, but I can.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
It sounds
smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges. But the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips, no hairline fractures. Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect the surface.
This window was recently replaced.
Looks like it, yes.
Okay.
This window is smooth.
Is there anything
following
else I
your
can
lead.
do?
The lieutenant leans.
No. Ah, no.
This window.
Yeah, we got it. So, 51 minutes and we can finally finish that fort. Okay.
It's you again. What is it? Fuck! I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this,
Typical
Liz.
lawyer talk.
He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
Well, the presumed victim had a different story to tell.
Just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down, and she doesn't fucking trust you.
I mean, her story was a lot more convincing than your story.
She's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
This is a diversion. Stay on track.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her.
Yeah, you just didn't want her to tell the truth. We did actually have to push her for that. She was quite voluntarily
And
telling
you
us that.
went and pushed her.
No, we asked some reasonable questions.
Fucking.
Titus Hardy!
Success. Titus backs off. Fists down, everybody.
Everard personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. It gives her voice a strangely hypnotic quality. Her lips barely move as she speaks.
Maybe she's a snake.
Frankly, it's a bit terrifying. Someone has to rush in to
Definitely a
break
snake.
the tension. The second in command.
Look, Copper. We know that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape.
Really?
Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Here, jerkwad, listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters, a mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point, you don't need to.
I mean, this guy was obviously deployed in combat situations in some questionable places with probably a team of questionable morals. I wouldn't be surprised if he confessed to all sorts of crimes back in his war days. Which is not really relevant to this case, I suppose.
You don't care about evidence. The fuck are you a cop for, then?
Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They are fucking keeping a score on their bulletin boards.
I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about.
There's a lot of questions. If you ask them now, they'll just keep bringing up the tape. Listen to it, and they'll have nothing to hide behind.
Okay, where can I listen to this?
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Where can I listen to this? Why don't you try shoving it up your ass, genius?
I do not have a tape player in my ass, although it
Play
would be
with
a
your
usable
ass,
function.
cocksucker.
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not a problem.
Your room had one. Or maybe it's too broken.
Where did you get this?
You
thing?
think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that. We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff.
Understood? You've listened in on their communications. How long?
Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop all day, writing down what they say. It gets hot as hell in there.
Yeah, I guess we
Don't
know
put
who...
yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth stuff. Indexes and shit.
What's on it? We call it the door gun a mega mix. You'll know why. Won't you
Okay.
listen to it? Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy. You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
Look, nobody doubts that this guy was a dick, right? Or maybe has done some questionable things. But obviously they wouldn't kill him for sort of doing some shit in some war, right? Well, we got the tape, I guess. Listen to the Door Gunner Mega Mix. Well, let's find that tape player.
The compact tape player is still and silent. Seems it has completely broken down now. The machine was made in Revachol by a company called Le Mercier. Their logo depicts the triple-towered Delta skyline. It was supposedly built to last.
Yeah, it
This
didn't.
would have been very helpful with the Megamix. But it isn't anymore. My kinema only comes with radio. Let's try to find a new tape player. Perhaps we should talk to Roy at the pawn shop. He has stuff.
He certainly does. Wait, what's the... Can we like insert that... Can we like insert it into the like in this abandoned industrial building, there was something where we inserted this weird cube, right? The filament memory. Do you think that thing can also play tapes? We could check it out, I guess.
This orange machine is dead still. It ha-
Or doesn't he wanna walk because I don't have a flashlight?
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Okay, this is not the tape player. Well, let's go to the pawn shop then. Trying to remember if we came anything across that was actually a tape player. What do we have here? Okay. Yes, sir. We need a tape player.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Yeah, we still have those boom boxes on the shelves.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox, that gold and amber Harmon Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape reel eyes.
Sorry, man. I can't be giving out freebies. Never have, won't now. Is the Harmon Waushi W2, made in Vespa, designed in Seoul, plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real. And
Well,
here you are.
there goes my
Quality
money.
sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever. Turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
Okay. Let's not listen to the tape inside this. I'm not sure if it matters if somebody's nearby when we listen to this tape, but they will still do it like outside here. Oh, this is a big tape player. I see, I see.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is rooted behind the magnetic reader. You
Let's
push,
see.
command set, and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
This isn't Revachon. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalsund crane.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too.
Okay, he was evil. I mean, he threatened to kill dogs. I can understand why they killed him now.
Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice one. I don't give a shit! I'm fucking done! I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arete on your portal reel. The tape stops spinning.
What's
A
Kohoi?
village on the Samaran Isla in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about.
The South Safre conflict is an ongoing proxy war between Grad and Safre. It has been hot for 12 years, with the atrocities piling on, mostly committed by the Grad.
Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service.
A symbol of soldier of the apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment.
End of recording. One of the other mercenaries, I think. The one he was talking to. A friend of his? It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls. Still,
There's more going on here than we know.
Isn't there always?
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
I mean, not really.
As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's a Friday night.
I mean, according to her, like, she parted with him willingly. So, even if he was a scumbag, and he had certain ill intentions, if he went in there and she parted with him willingly, you never realized those ill intentions. I don't know, like, I mean, there is a lot of lying going on from everyone involved. Yes, we're gonna figure some of them out. Why do I have a book 16 days in coldest April that I can interact with?
In your hands, you hold 16 Days of Coldest April by Yekaterina Dahl. The cover image shows a row of concrete apartments above which span a black and white rainbow. Indeed, the book is unusually heavy in your hands, as though the cover were lined with lead. It would do that in Grad. You flip through the book. The pages are thinner than you realized, and the type quite small and tightly set. It's nearly 600 pages long. Real art is dense and difficult. If it didn't feel like you had to wrestle a suicidal bear to get through it, you weren't really reading.
I have a totally different outlook on reading, I suppose.
The back cover is dominated by a black and white photograph of the author. She can't be much older than her mid-30s in this photograph, and yet, from this cover, the eyes of a sad old woman stare back at you. In cold, detached prose, the author describes a scene from one of the Yugograd riots in the 20s. Youths overturned motor carriages and set trash cans ablaze, while heavily armored guardsmen dash in and disperse them in a flurry of baton blows. The Yugograd riots took place from 27 to 29. Fueled by ethnic unrest and the state's repressive tactics, these events are often seen as marking the end of a brief period of liberalization known as the Yugograd Spring. Like all such periods, it is frequently memorialized in art and literature. As ethnic tensions run wild, a pair of young lovers meet each other on the street. Somehow, in the middle of all the chaos, they manage to lock arms and look into each other's eyes. It would physically hurt you to keep reading. Are you sure?
No.
You've made the right life choices today, sir.
Oh, I made the right life choices. 97% nice. I'm almost done with that phone. Then I can do red checks again. No, it would be really nice if there was an actual connection in this wall to get to the other side. So we have that, right? We see it sometime after 21, which it is now. Now I'm pretty sure originally they said tomorrow after 21, but my quest log only says after 21, so maybe tonight is viable already? We're gonna see. Certainly sounds like somebody has a party somewhere. I think it was that balcony actually. Okay. Have I ever been through this door?
This door is made of metal and no one answers.
We should return tomorrow.
Okay, so apparently I should return tomorrow. Also, I guess I could stop carrying that toolbox. I mean, not toolbox, boombox. Similar word, but not quite the same thing now, you see. Oh, it looks like the shop now is probably closed. She's gone to bed here. So we've listened to the tape. Let's have another conversation.
I was just thinking, what a nice evening it is for taking part in a murder investigation. Yeah?
Where does this door
I
lead
have
to?
no idea, officer.
Okay.
It
The window
is.
is new.
The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook.
Okay.
All right.
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
Yeah, see, that was my exact thoughts, right?
She doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Yes.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line. Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Yes.
He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for?
She's quite observant about the human character. Trained to observe, even.
People who go to university know how to use words like internalize and integrate, officer. Now, what was that expression?
There's more to this. She has an index in her head of pathologies and how to exploit them. I can almost see her turn the pages.
Coping mechanism?
Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani's ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
Well, you like that.
We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love, Mr. Kohoi here.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
I mean, if he was drugged out, I can understand why he looked happy, I suppose.
What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
Wait, my lordship
She
is telling me
takes
to
a
talk
very
more to
small
her.
sip of her coffee and smiles.
Yeah, can you...
Like, for
What's more?
example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
Okay.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations recorded neatly in blue ink. The last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh.
Okay, where is Elysium?
In Oranje, officer.
Good evening, Fu.
I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald. Executive summary: cows, silos, and wheat.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Yes. We were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrek. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
No love for Mother Oranje. But wasn't he a soldier? This could be worth pursuing.
Let's see.
No. He left the National Service after they taught him to do what he did on Seminine. He wasn't the flag-waving kind. He was the making money, killing people kind. He was by no means a stupid man. A people person. A small platoon leader. Certainly not a patriot.
Oh, he was the leader of that group? Interesting. I'm not sure if we knew that already.
Mm-hmm. There is nothing on Muindi. The old, old world is dead, and we both knew it. Maybe Orania did bring us together. In loathing. I love Revachol, though. I hope she loves me, too.
A column of air encircles her, brushing gently on the metallic silver fabric that covers her shoulders and her long, slender arms.
I'm sure loves everybody. Does it? I mean, what even is, like... So far, this seems like a dump. I would have said Revachol hates everyone equally.
The feeling dissipates. The cold passes. The woman's eyes follow yours to the piece of notebook paper.
He
Oh,
was
was he?
42.
Ha,
42?
noted.
Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no.
42 is the answer, I mean, obviously.
We even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
Looks like you were right, officer.
Looks like I was right.
Points aren't good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die.
Better not
The
mention.
young woman looks at you, then the lieutenant, then you.
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
So what about the tattoo?
Oh, that.
What's the map of his service history?
Sure. Service history. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
How so?
How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason.
Is this Orani's lit?
Is this obviously?
Yes. This is the very essence of Orani's lit.
Okay.
A moment's respite. Dark and hopeless as the struggle itself. He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths." And so it goes. Star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them. Oh yeah. No thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Orania needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people in the Semenine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
Thank you for clearing
Change
that
of
up.
topic, perhaps?
Yeah, I think we're done with this line of questioning.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Okay, so I've also finished
The
this for...
precarious world. How not to lose? It is impossible not to. The world is balanced on the edge of a knife. It's a game of frayed nerves. You're pushed on by numbers and punitive measures, pain, rejection, and unpaid bills. You can either play, or you can crawl under a boat and waste away, turn into salt, or a flock of seagulls. Your enemies would love that. Or you can fight. The only way to load the dice is to keep on fighting.
Critical successes and failure threshold is lowered by 1. Oh, okay. That sounds useful. So I have a skill point ring. I'm not sure what I want to skill. I kind of want to skill more visual calculus simply because it's like a nice skill to have, I think. I'm also thinking of more perception. Volition could be useful because I can, like, there is a skill check. I could do that.
Stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42?
Yes.
Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality. He was 42 years old?
Yeah, but
How
this is...
old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder? You could ask either one of them.
How old do you think I am?
How old do I think you are?
She's buying time to formulate the best answer.
I don't know. 1, 2. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. How old is a newborn cop who doesn't remember he's a cop?
Let's go with 45. I mean, maybe.
You're not.
Sure he is. You know, age is just a number.
Yes, but for him that number is higher than 45.
Wait. This requires scientific measurements.
Bring it on.
To the laboratorium.
Oh, this is a font. The date of birth generator. Your face looks like it's 58 and your body feels like it's 60. Your mind feels like it's lived for 1 day or 100. Longer than it ought to be. In the century. For how long then has this thing attached to your sentience walked the planet crust? Time to start ranking those brains of yours, Elder One. When and where were you born? I need to unlock another slot if I want to put in another fort, but I need more skill points. I need everything. It comes to skill points, it feels like. Okay, so I think we're gonna talk to Titus again. And then we'll probably call it a night anyway. Because it's like, well, I don't know. How long do detectives work usually?
It's you again.
Really a skill issue indeed.
What is it? motherfucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape.
That fucker wasn't aimed at you. It was at her.
Locker room talk. What are you, fucking brain dead? I've been to plenty of locker rooms. They don't plan rapes there.
Yeah, but he might not have done that on the tape either.
What
you
did
know?
she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
She didn't say whoop-de-doo.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No good goddamn psycho whore.
Seems like they wanted to give Klasia a second chance to play along. She still didn't.
Yeah, their whole plot seems to fall apart.
Oh, fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking...
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawmen?
You don't have to say everything out loud. Just mix and match.
I ask for your opinion, not a bedtime story. Tell it to your grandma.
But she didn't. She knows she can't lie to us, unlike you.
Fantastic. So now, you remember how to do your job. I'm so sick of this piss. We should get something harder in here.
Maybe you should start telling us the truth.
Yeah, guys. We should get a party going tonight.
Why?
Maybe not then.
Success. They admitted to unlawful collaboration to derail the investigation.
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men too are growing increasingly silent.
Come on, Titus. The stakes are too high here. There will be blood on the streets. The tribunal, remember? I know you're tired. Why don't you just...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you, them, and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said, "Fuck off!" That lying, scamming. We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over.
It most definitely is not.
Yeah.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it.
Now that's a crime. Wasting beer, we should arrest them for.
What is this quiet funeral shit? All we need is some beers in us. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
This is a white check, you may try. Can I? Can I equip something for more rhetoric? I could level rhetoric. I could level rhetoric afterwards if I fail this check. What if I just... What if I just equip some other items? So we need more rhetoric, right? We currently have nothing that hurts our rhetoric. Okay, that's... We can make our rhetoric worse, but I guess we can't make it better decision. Okay.
It's you again. What is it?
It's about those 100 beers when they force us to.
Convince
Yes!
Titus he's being manipulated. You should know by now. Titus Hardy will never falter. Just remember, it's about more than Glasia. It's about these men and Martinez, their district, their responsibility.
Okay.
Outside in the evening light, ruined and old, shadows lengthen on the pavement. A distant gunshot.
Huh?
He'll get it. Go on.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
Because of some chink.
Bring that up one more time, and you won't get to write that report.
Yes, I understand, Alain. That's your name, right, Alain? You'll kill us. That's what they do in the wild north.
Tap you from behind, string you up and go back to drinking.
It wasn't that. It wasn't... We didn't hit him, okay?
That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the...
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do.
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
Ah!
Shut up, Angus!
You will stab before you hanged him?
Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control.
Have you now?
Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying.
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. I'm sorry.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
Okay.
You're in. He's all yours. Questions?
So you didn't kill him, he was already
nods.
dead.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. What was it?
We're not sure. Probably a bullet. The wound was difficult to see.
Oh, that's what we missed at the corpse.
The coroner and his assistant are wrapped in blue. Hands covered in blue gloves. Mouths covered by blue masks. Bodies by blue aprons. The coroner wipes his brow, scalpel still in his hand. Get the light. Shine it in his mouth. He tells his assistant. The coroner squats to better see the light illumines the darkness inside. Well, shit. Can't blame them for missing that. Get the saw, Alan. This just got fun.
Oh, okay, so the coroner would have found it.
Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Okay.
Girls plural. There's another girl. 2 of them. Take note of this. They'll probably say more about her later.
Okay, now it gets interesting.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't.
What
Classier
happened?
came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died. I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse.
Good analogy, boss.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. And you keep taking it easy too, Angus. We went upstairs. Sure as day the Merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere.
He means they'd been fucking?
Okay.
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged.
Who is Chips?
Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business.
Okay. Why the cover up, like if she didn't kill him?
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own. The can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. From the old world. Where she came from. They're powerful. Connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your systems, she'd be ghosted away.
Okay.
That's all he knows. That's all she's told him.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing.
Then why did she tell us the truth? So who killed the Merc then?
Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue. I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his.
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Clausia. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her.
But then why haven't they tried again since? I mean, she has been standing a lot on the balcony. But she's standing on a balcony right now. If somebody like the sniper tried to kill her, but missed and hit him, and so far nobody has like found that sniper, or probably has even looking that hard, why won't he try again? Like, especially if she just like stands on the balcony a lot.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns, training, years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been someone else from Crenell. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you.
These theories, not bad. Don't buy either one, but still, this guy's not as dumb as he looks.
In a manner of speaking.
Remember the two girls? He may be talking about the other one.
Oh yeah.
That's right. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it for political reasons. It sent a good message.
Isn't her drug trafficking? Oh, she wasn't the Aetam?
Fella, you think too much. He's off all right. You're gonna hurt your head.
That's
That
fine.
woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway.
It's okay for there to be a Aetam girl.
We're Hardy Boys. And that's it. Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Clausia you want
Is
to
that
talk
so?
to. You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go,
Suddenly, the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling the large windows in their frames. It carries newspapers, circles the whirling in rags in a warm column.
She, Clausia, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection, but...
Still prefer if we didn't take her away.
If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
We'll take that into account.
Okay.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling-height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers. You see 2, maybe 3 bushes grown into a single thicket over a period of circa 50 years. It takes time for a hedge like that to form.
Well, let's see.
Nothing, as before.
What's this weirdo cop doing now, huh? Window shopping?
Maybe.
I think he's trying to find dirt on us, in our box. It's what they do, Shanks. Did you know policemen are sometimes called pigs?
Wow, no. I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, because they like to sniff around in dirt.
He's just trying to sound clever.
Okay. But what if I had more perception?
Behind the dockworkers, you see 2, maybe 3 bushes grown.
Come on.
There's a yellow ribbon
Yes.
tied to one of the branches. Light yellow, faded with time. A tiny splash of color in the blackness of the thicket. Hanging from it, a bronze key. Someone hid the key in the bush and attached a yellow ribbon to make it easier to find. It's close enough to the latch up there. One can slide it open and just take it. Surely not a coincidence.
Huh?
I don't know about that. I'm comfortable here. Don't think any sliding would really help right now.
Sorry, fucko. Looks like you're gonna have to go bush diving. Good fucking luck with that. The Hawthorn's got a bitch of a bite.
I'm gonna enjoy the sight of you in the bushes out there.
With a loud thud, the old man stands up, pushes the window open, grabs the key from the hawthorn branch, and slides it across the table to you. The key is brass. Workshop spare is etched into its bow. The old man closes the window and sits back down in silence.
Come on, man. We were just having some fun. Where's the harm in...
I'm tired of listening to your shit. Off
Thank you.
yourself. Make it up to me, cop. I still got my money on that.
There is a silence around this man's words. Unlike Titus, they're afraid of him. That's the type of respect he commands.
Let's get the key launching. I suppose so. Look at the key in your hand.
It could open the door in the kitchen. The blue door. It says workshop spare. Maybe there's a workshop there?
Maybe.
It's worth a try.
Okay, so I'm not sure how long we can go until Kim decides to go to bed, or there's other people go
You
to
see
bed.
a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. It could be connected to the barred door upstairs. The key fits the dimple lock. It takes a bit of effort to turn it after all these years. But then, the lock clicks. Dust rises before you like mist. A tomb? Haunted by regal spirits from distant ages? No. Smells like engine grease and cut wood. A workshop.
Oh, we found a workshop. Oh, we found some money.
Over there, in the corner. Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats. It's lit. You can't wait to get your hands on it.
The pinball machine. Gordy's Goats. A classic.
You've played it?
Ah, great.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats reads the golden lettering on top of the back box. There's a small column of text underneath. The machine is coin-operated. Get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready.
Read the
Above
text.
the painting of a mustached man climbing a hill, a column reads, inspired by the legend of Cornelius Gordy, taken on the world's tallest peak, Corpus Muindi. The Mesk legend holds that when the nation is in danger, heroic Gordy shall return and save his people.
Okay.
The theme of the game is to explore Gordy's climb through the perspective of goats and to ascend to the top of the mountain in a time of trouble.
I see.
The peak of the mountain is at the top of the playfield. All the balls have small goat icons on them and represent the goats as they race up and down the mountain. Areas around the playfield represent Gordy's climb, places he was said to have camped, which the goats can discover. Get them to the summit.
What's before the
Indeed,
goats?
think of them as balls. It takes a while to get into a rhythm, but pretty soon you're able to keep 3 goat-faced balls in play with relative ease.
I got this.
Go, Fingerboy.
I feel sorry for the goats. If they only knew the kind of guy old Cornelius really was.
What guy was
The kind of a guy who uses the word savages a lot when recounting his travels. A masked nationalist.
A racist
An avid
mountaineer.
huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall, surrounded by wall-mounted hunting trophies from every continent. He also hit his wife and kids, other people's kids too, sometimes pets. Hateful little man. But you seem to be having fun.
Pretty
Your
good
game
at this.
is definitely improving. The jolly goats are flying all over the board, and although a few plummet to their deaths, you're never left with less than 3. Suddenly, a special passage leading to the summit slides open at the top of the board. This is where the balls need to go.
Can I win something in this pinball
Maneuvering a
machine?
goat ball into a position for a perfect hit isn't easy. More fall to their deaths. But finally, the opportunity presents itself. One of them gets through.
I'm surprised there isn't a skill
Tiny
check
hammer
here.
shatters something inside the machine. Something glass. An ampoule? The words "pale rupture" light up on the speaker panel, and the machine starts filling with a thick, milky fog. Something's happening.
Congratulations. This is where the game ends. It's a cheap way of getting more money out of the players. A stupid nihilistic finale.
Okay.
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. Some is actually leaking out of the machine, and one by one, your goats start slipping, disappearing into the milky nothingness. This can be navigated. The balls leave almost imperceptible disruptions in the fog. Use them to calculate where they hit next.
I'm good at visual
You look down to
calculus.
your last goat.
Not so good
going
at
mostly
receptionist
by
speed.
sound. Eyes are useless at this point, but that goat is something special. 5 times you snatch him back from the jaws of death.
So my reaction speed sucks, but I have +1 because I understand ball games.
How if you can't even see it? The last goat plummets into the fog with almost suicidal glee.
Okay.
There goes nothing, Fingerboy.
Well,
All these mesmerizing machines, just waiting to be plugged back in and played. Feels like it might jump back to life any moment. the lights illuminating the white-robed woman.
What's white?
Some kind of inane pinball theme, probably related to Messina during the DeLorean age. The history themes are the worst.
Level up your action speed. I don't have... There are so many things I want to level up, and I don't have any skill points for it. Like... And I'm getting me out then. I mean... I've got a lot of intellect, but I've barely spent any points. I've put a lot in perception, because I figured out, you know, having, like, visual calculus and logic and so on is all pretty great, but first you have to spot things. To analyze them. So, I've put a lot in perception so far. Didn't really spend anything in direction speed. I spent 1 in endurance, because it also gives me a hit point more. And I've already died, so there is then. I've put some in authority, mostly to convince Titus. Inland Empire is just a bit fun. Volition, also, like, I think it gives me more psych. But, I mean... I'd like to put more into perception, maybe reaction speed, hand-eye coordination. I'm not sure how that is. Shiver sometimes produces some interesting results. Empathy could probably be useful. Like, Inland Empire is just fun, I'd want warfare, and I kind of want all up there, but I don't have the points. Because I have so much intellect, I've started with so high skills up there that I've then never really... More in there. How do you get skill points? Yeah, so you got experience here, right? So every time you reach 100 experience, you gain 1 skill point. So this never seems to change, right? So where you get skill points from, well, essentially doing quests and sometimes from passing skill checks. And like, I think some of the major quests give you like about 70 experience, I think, and some minor quests give you like 30 experience, and then a skill check often gives you like 5 experience. And I do have one of my forts here. Which one was then? Yeah, this gives me 1 experience for every orb I click. So every time, like I investigate something, sort of I gain a bonus experience. So that's pretty nice. This is also a thing, right? There are forts, and you have to unlock them, right? So, I mean, like those are all not unlocked, and those white ones, they're all unlocked, and those ones are the ones that I have currently slotted. And those slots also cost a skill point, right? So instead of increasing a skill, you can unlock a fort slot. Then you have to start the fort. Then it takes a certain amount of time to complete. You usually have a debuff while you are thinking about it. And once it's completed, then you get like a permanent buff. Like this one, this is the last one that I've unlocked. Is critical success and failure thresholds lowered by 1. So, I basically get more crits when doing skill checks, which is probably nice. This is a bit interesting because, like, you can see, like, if you start the fort, you can see what's your debuff while you're doing it, but you don't know what you'll get in the end. But you can forget them, right? You can essentially discard a fort again. That I guess it also costs a skill point. But if you don't like what you got from it, I suppose you could do that and then start a new one. But yeah. So it's an interesting system, and you have a cap how many points you can put in a skill, which is usually your attributes. Like when you start the game, you decide your attributes. So if you start with 5 in intellect, you can put 5 points into intellect skills, and then you can unlock, like in psych, for example, I can put a maximum of 3. I can put more in perception because I think I've unlocked a fort that increases my perception cap and so on. So you can increase those caps. But if you, for example, only start with 2 physique, right, you will never be able to put many points into it.
Deora was one of the 3 crown cities of the DeLorean era on the Muindi Isola, the others being Ria Silvia and Advesperasket. This theme is all about early airships and beautiful, sad, pearl-laden women. It's quite nice, actually.
You love the sentence, I've unlocked the fort.
The lieutenant grimaces, looking at the machines.
Hey, it requires skill to be able to have a fort, right? Or overlords need painting? Probably.
No, I love it. I love pinball. Who doesn't love pinball? Let's move on.
He doesn't.
Let's move on then. So, we found a lot of pinball machines. We got an autosave for... Wait.
This small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside. Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There is a control panel to your right, and just enough room for 2 people to fit in. The maintenance card under the control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th July, 88. There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descendre, and an international call for emergency assistance. That third one appears to be broken. A small steel plaque reads Halter 800. Halter is a Koningsteiner lift company who went out of business a long time ago.
Yeah,
that it does. I say, let's brave it. At the end of the last century. Look on the bright side. If it fails, we will only sustain minor injuries. I'm talking 3, maybe 4 months in the hospital. Maximum 5.
I mean,
It appears his whole enthusiasm is sarcastic.
Sure. Ooh. We found something here. Empathy and hand-eye coordination.
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up, a long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue. Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over.
A creak. Some dust falls off a shelf.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the Hardys bang away at it.
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
Does mean the running rights really is part of the Doom Look, the Doom commercial area is not... Oh, we see footsteps. Interesting.
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Large prints, most likely made by Boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than Vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines. One person has been here. They've gone back and forth. The tips point both ways. This print is unlike one left by a regular worker boot. It is not a brand sole with logos on it. It seems custom-made or old-fashioned. Shoe size is 41 to 42, maybe 43. It could be a large-footed woman or a small to average-footed man. This is, unfortunately, the worst, most vague shoe size there is.
Between that and that.
Doesn't look like the
The
old
size
print
looks
we
about
found.
the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person. No, these little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot, though.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
3 weeks maximum, from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer, this isn't bad at all. It was a good idea to see where that door leads. Commendable work bringing us to this place.
Nice.
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route, behind Classius' room, in the recent weeks. This may prove to be significant.
It might. Oh, there
You
is
can
a...
almost see the shape of a man and a woman writhing inside, bathed in drug sweat and dirty linens. Bottles lie around everywhere.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sensationalist conclusions here. The footprints on the floor, however, definitely suspicious.
You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural there. Sensationally unnatural.
I mean, somebody has been spying on her, right?
This is the inside of the barred door you've seen before.
Now we are in her apartment. I mean, it's after midnight. We are probably being quite rude currently. Wait, where is she? She hasn't left, has she? Oh, is she in the bathroom? Probably not just walk in there, right? Let's do it anyway. Okay, I have no idea where she is. I mean, maybe she's out?
This window
She wouldn't have...
is pristine on the...
She wouldn't have left, would she? That would be unfortunate, because we still have some questions for her. Maybe we should call it a night here. Yeah, I have another skill point. Maybe I should finally put more into visual calculus or something.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression. Still not happening.
Okay.
The bed is still cold from the broken... The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep.
What shall we dream about
Here
tonight?
we are again, my broken bird. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay. Always half aware of yourself. You're not cooperating, brother man. It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety. But you cannot, because of the pain.
I really should join the Adaptus Mechanicus because my flesh is weak.
That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your kidneys, you've really been compounding the damage lately.
Artist liver damage is mad. I think I need medical attention. I probably need to not do drugs and booze anymore. I will endure this pain with dignity.
There's no dignity here. Only reflections of your body mass. Flashes of the day. You keep coming back to yourself in the mirror. But why? To admire all your accomplishments? You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people. Really looking. But why would you want to start doing that?
Looking at people all the time, I like them. I mean, human beings will always betray you. That's why you have cats. Cats probably also betray you, but they look cute while doing so. Yeah, let's just get me out of here.
Oh, baby boy, you're already in the other place. There's no nourishment for you tonight. Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe if you know, like, took a lot of drugs before you go to sleep, that'd do the trick.
Maybe not.
Maybe if you cracked the damn thing, then you'd feel satisfied and tired, holding the picture puzzle in your hands, complete. Maybe if you weren't so hard on yourself.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness?
Maybe.
Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts! You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Let it. Let it.
I like the ancient reptilian brain.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll.
See, I like my ancient reptilian brain more than my limbic system, I think. Yeah, see, I hit some morale and I'm probably not in great shape.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face.
I need more interfacing if I want to do this check again. I'm not sure if I want to skill interfacing though. So I have one skill point. I'm currently thinking about maybe more visual calculus just because I like visual calculus. But we could also, we could unlock another thought. Like, the date of birth generator is something that I'm considering, right? Figuring out how old I am could actually be interesting. And what was this again? This is the end I have in my textbook from my childhood. The bird collapsing and institution of the pale. I think like the shoot sound. I'm not so sure about that one. Now, is this some kind of superstar? I'm not convinced about that. I mean, figuring out how old I am could be beneficial at some point, right? So I presume Kim is already awake, right?
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love those. Oh, okay. Well, I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you.
He's really holding himself back here. It takes a lot of willpower not to ask. Obviously, he's been wanting to know what's behind the door.
Well, I know.
Okay, what is back there? Ha! I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too. I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean. No, I was just wondering if you found pinball machines there.
We did.
He was wondering about something business related, about how much money he could make of one.
Will a capitalist plot coming up? Thinking of turning this back into a pinball
No, but we could diversify the entertainment options, seeing as you've opened the door back there. Well, the machine we have in the corner now is broken. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here, other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble.
I still have a quest to sing karaoke.
Yeah, those numbers he's adding up must be making good sense to him right now.
What wall? I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know. I assure you, the Whirling does not abide spying on its guests.
The color has drained from his face.
You sure you haven't been spying on your guests? I mean, if he had, he would have known about the pinball
Thank you.
machines.
I'll patch it up personally. Was there something else about the establishment? I hope not. Yes? Got the 20 real? Good.
That's already
You
paid.
got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
Like, before I spend my money on something that's stupid. Oh, why are there more police officers here? Should probably talk to them. But before we talk to them, we still have her to interview again if she's... Is she still around? She is.
It's always good to see you.
Isn't? Champ is guilty.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
I have a skill point. I could go into Woolish. I always keep up putting my skill points to unlock skill checks that I failed instead of putting them where I kind of want them to go. But, you know, it's not like I have any sort of plan or build or anything anyway.
I understand.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police.
Yeah, we are the law.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
That's so.
This is good. Clear the air first, between you two. Then move on to questions. Is it? Something is off here. Shush, I can't hear what she's saying.
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time?
Indeed.
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
Is she implying the Hardy Boys are the law?
Hardy Boys are not the law. I'm the law. I mean, should we talk about that? I mean, I can understand, right? Like, they are the ones who sort of have the power in the district.
I know that. But the people
Still,
around
we're going
here,
with the lodge.
they don't see it that way. And if I am to stay here, I need to get along with them. You're right. There's more. You answer to the coalition
Wait,
government,
there is more.
and by extension, the moral intern.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. A grand expanse of water reaches over the bay and to the horizon, grey and pale violet in the morning light. The pale, the Muindi Isola, the Occident, and then Oranje, the old world.
That by looking over his
You
shoulder.
share a database with them. You send people to their courts. Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will...
What happens if they do?
Question.
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
Actually,
Sure about them.
This murder did have a little to do with her.
What happened here?
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean. Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass.
Sounds like a pretty traumatic experience.
I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. I could...
Her chest rises and falls with each word. She keeps herself together and says it.
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top of me.
And what happened?
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs. I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
Yeah, I mean, that was my theory too. If somebody was after her, like her standing right there would be a perfect target, right? And she stands on this balcony basically every day. So there's clearly nobody trying to kill her.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
Oh.
I'm sorry this happened to
So
you.
am I.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
Indeed.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
I mean, she was struck down trying.
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
So you look pretty high. Maybe she took it afterwards.
Oh,
though.
yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Oh, okay.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No.
I mean, it would be hard to see. Like, assuming the person wasn't on the balcony, right? Like, they could have either come through this door and then shot through here, but then she would have seen it. Well, I mean, it was night, so maybe not. Or they were like a sniper from far away. But if that person was here, someone would have probably seen them. Unless they, like, came through this door. I mean, I could have come through this door, right? Looked through the peephole. identify the moment, came out on the terrace, shot, and then fled through here?
Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot. Just a little.
Again, I mean, if the person was here, like the room leads to the kitchen, right? They would have somebody seen him enter. So, probably a sniper.
He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore. So I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
It's our question, but what did you do to have people after
It's
you?
not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Ravishol, or even in Orania.
Okay.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again. With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
The job was Lewes County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lewes conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them.
Yeah, you fucked with banks. If there is ever a death sentence, it's probably...
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with Luskop and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
Laws cap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Airberg, and the popular Papalolo line of dairy products.
Oh, I mean, that's such a random thing. Yeah, they also have dairy products. What does your company do? Ah, you know what? We screw up countries, we are a large bank, and we sell you dairy products. Maybe ice cream. When I'm king. Yeah, I'm not king of anything.
Sure. I'm not a war criminal, but it was bad. People lost their jobs. Good people, too, not just C-suite. A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
We're actually getting closer to... Well, I mean, not closer. In some way, we know a lot more of what happened, but currently there is not a suspect. What there is, though, is an empty beer mug, so I guess I need to fix that, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So what happened after you ran downstairs?
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
So is Ruby the 8th Hardy?
Ruby?
Who is Ruby?
You know, the leader.
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys. Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
This Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted with great power. She trusts her. So do the others.
Good evening, Tom. Like the one that said I was unsupervised at the time.
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy boy?
Why not?
So we finally found the 8th Hardy boy.
Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation. That I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
This is concurrent with your doubts at the autopsy about the coloring being.
I knew it.
About half an hour had passed since the moment of death.
She nods.
You were late. The marks would be faint by that time.
Okay, what did you do?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would.
And what did you do?
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So I did.
Yeah, where is this Ruby?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
I suppose.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later.
I mean, definitely. Did you hear a gunshot?
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
Yeah, I've already assumed that it could have been a sniper, right? Probably. Like, also you would find... I mean, he could have collected shell casing if he was down here. But I still feel the most credible theory would have been a sniper. When was the window changed?
Last week. Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there. Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye.
What do you call
because
the cops?
I'm an idiot.
Which
Okay.
is an indicator of truth. Idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravishol.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible.
People after you have killed him. I mean, it makes no sense because they would have tried again. Did you kill him? That also makes not much sense.
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break. I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
Yeah, it probably
Or-
didn't.
I don't know anything anymore. All I do is wait here.
We can't go after Loose Cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there.
She nods, silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands. She's thinking, are we done here? Or maybe you should take her to the station for safekeeping. She lied to you, and she's a flight risk. No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. She doesn't need this police brutality.
I mean, she is in danger if we take her in, right?
I'm beginning to doubt your judgment. Are you sure you're not sleeping on the post? You have to wake this one up with force if you want to continue pushing her.
And I mean...
But we are awake, sire. She has been forthcoming with sordid details women usually conceal. Most shocking details of the sexual kind. We are a bulwark, unbreached. Get a hold of yourself just once, will you? Try to look past the sexually lax morals and do some police work.
We should do some police work.
So you say, but give us one example of deceit. Just one example. Who is this personhood picking these seditious options? Can't you see the detective grows weary of your malcontent? Stop staring at her eyes and say something pertinent to the case. This is making you look like an amateur. It looks like this one's not waking up. You'll have to do it without pushing her further. At least for now.
Okay. Autosave. Let's also make a quick save. So we can go inside. We can have a look at this window. Maybe.
This window is pristine on the inside.
97%.
Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo. Golden light
I'm good
melts
at
away
this.
into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed. Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth. A ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain. From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back. The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization. The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points.
Shouldn't there be gunways outside?
There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago. 72%, with a weapon that's good for medium range, like a rifle or sports pistol. This is a good short distance.
Suspect the space laser? I don't think they have space lasers in this universe.
Or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium. A well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside, in the darkness. Too busy with their own bodies.
Should have come from inside the room.
Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, detective.
The only argument against a prime the roof.
None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any. That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez?
Extrapolate the radius.
According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime. B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the Islet detector.
So we have a bunch of
There may be
potential
smaller
locations.
points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on. 700 meters away, the likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
So essentially, like, we are on this. Once the bridge is fixed, we can go to explore the other possible locations, I think. I hope the bridge is fixed by now.
1.2 kilometers away, the least likely of these positions, let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched. 1 kilometer away, an unlikely point of origin. Beyond the docks somewhere, on an islet in the Bay of Martinez perhaps. There are islets there, badly charted as they may be.
Okay, so the most likely that my calculus has determined would actually have been outside here. But I don't see how the perpetrator could have snuck in here easily. Would have needed to have the key go through the kitchen. And again, somebody was up here, so I don't know, maybe. So it could have been out here on the terrace, or it could have been on any of those locations. And B1 is the most likely of those. So once the bridge here is fixed, I think we can walk over there and check it.
The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
The voice acting here is from... Oh yeah, the voice acting is really amazing here.
From where, precisely? I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance?
Much less than from the roof, but still.
Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nests if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one.
Definitely.
It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. It fits the hidden path through the whirling. A simple hypothesis.
Okay. You know, I am considering to scale something and do one of the checks we had here again. But maybe we'll be back for that. I think we have a conversation with the Hardy Boys, and then we'll need to see if the... maybe they can tell us about the ruby. Oh, I still need to ask Joyce more questions about reality. Maybe I also... damn it. I need more skill points. There are so many skills I want. There are additional thoughts. Oh yeah, there are some police officers here that we wanted to talk to. Maybe we'll do that after the Hardy Boys, right?
It's you again. What is it?
So there was this ruby.
Why?
I've seen her in the Landum-induced delirium. Look, I need to piece someone after I pin it on her. Civil voice brewing, the only way to prevent it is to solve the murder. That's talking to Ruby. Let's go with them.
Sounds like you wanna push this steaming pile of shit on anyone. And now you pick Ruby. What?
No.
Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
92% chance.
A sudden flash
I
of
got
lightning
this.
in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
Because she was here, all night, with us.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
Maybe even Cop 102 already.
She was here all night? 11:30 to 12:15? She was here during all that time?
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
No.
That's a lie.
No, it's not
All
the
right.
case.
She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry. We're not getting into what that operation is again, Carl.
Yeah, we already found her.
And just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof.
You know, actually, at first, she was the one helping with the cover, but actually that makes a lot of sense if she did it. She just became a very credible suspect. This kid could have climbed the outer wall.
Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Clausia's window from any of the surrounding buildings. Not from what I know about Martinez. Maybe from the coast. But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no, I don't think it was a sniper. It was close up. 72%. There's a percentage and all. Where'd you get it from? Your guys in the lab?
No, I'm just that smart.
Definitely lie. The truth is not credible.
Wouldn't hurt to have one of those in Martinez. Still, all the labs in the world don't put her on that roof. How'd she get there? Climb? How? People say there was a pinball arcade here, sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo?
East Delta Pinball Arcade. Weird place. Went bankrupt.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase in this building. Or an elevator.
Well, there is an elevator, actually.
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop. Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down, all under 7 minutes.
Well, I mean, she would have needed to go through the kitchen. You'd expect somebody to see her there.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of...
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it?
The pinball machines still operational. I mean, that's not relevant to the case.
Footprints. Recent.
The tracks were recent, but not worn down in the right foot like Ruby's. It's best to omit this pesky little polemic for now. Too confusing.
Oh, right. So the footprints didn't match. Okay, maybe she is. Damn it. She's our only real suspect right now.
What else could you make out? How recent? What size? That close, huh? How fortunate. I'll take a thorough look at those prints myself before I believe that call. Good news is, I'm still listening. I don't like guessing, Cole. No one does.
It opens the steel door in the kitchen, the one that leads upstairs to the roof. This key was right here, with you, all the time.
I mean, the question would remain, why did she put it back afterwards?
Quit jumping to conclusions, Theo. You took that key. Did it look like it was recently put there?
No, the ribbon was old, faded. It'd have been there for 20 years at least.
Why? This doesn't make sense. It's damn interesting, but it doesn't fit well.
It has flaws.
It doesn't fit well, but it fits. And he knows it.
Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out. That's what we've established. But a route does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry one.
Phase 2, murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun. Just don't contradict yourself. If it doesn't sound like Ruby did it, maybe keep it to yourself.
That looks antique. A Belle McGrave. It's inoperable. Where'd you get it?
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken, but still, there were too many. And there must be other caches too.
God damn it. We need to close that dump down for good.
Hey, it's good that I haven't sold that gun yet, because I considered it.
Okay, I see your point. There are guns lying around. Damn it. I thought we'd found all the old spots. Why was that still there?
We just missed one. Ruby doesn't know this place, boss. Just these cops digging up shit.
God damn. That's just about your favorite topic, isn't it? Every fucking 5 seconds. Trouble. This is Revachol. Even the roid heads in the gym had a carbine. No one has trouble getting a gun. I still never saw her carry one.
That's how.
He must be referencing some past case of theirs. He's angry because he knows you're right. What he's saying only confirms your theory.
The pawn shop sold my lost gun to a woman, maybe lost. Should I actually tell him that? Then again, I mean, the boss already knows them. But it would be admitting that my gun was sold. No, wait. That's happened afterwards. This makes no sense. I mean, my character arrived after the murder was already completed, right? And lost its gun then. No. Let's not say.
All right, Carl. Keep talking. I'll tell you when I've had enough.
Pete, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
That's what we're trying to find out.
Phase 3. Motive. The last component.
And I suppose you have a theory on that.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
Yeah, I mean... there was no real reason... Well, we haven't really established a reason why she did the cover-up.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
So maybe even if Ruby wasn't it, maybe she suspected who did it and wanted to cover
Really,
for them.
Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Time for a logics demonstration.
I mean, we were trying to convince Titus, right? And he seems to be the smart one, so maybe we ask him.
You're on thin ice here, asshole.
It's a thought exercise, Titus. Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
Alone. I don't drag my men into shit with me.
If she used us, then that's a serious violation of the Hardy Code, boss.
But she didn't. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good.
Out of leadership challenge. I mean, why would it be a leadership challenge?
Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods. A very small nod. And a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip. This is the only option he cares for.
Okay.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you will.
But because she disappeared.
I don't know. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Want to know why?
Why?
She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior, why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that.
Okay, when did she leave?
Friday afternoon, when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation.
Okay, what was she scared of?
You.
Yeah, I
no,
see him.
You, as in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
Oh. Why does everything flee at the sight of my shadow? I'm just a normal cop with regular thoughts in his Clearly, my thoughts are completely normal. I've come to declare the ending of the human experiment. No.
Sure. Normal. You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I'm super cop in reality. You know what she's doing with Ulan frequencies?
What now? I have no idea. Boys?
She said she's building a pale emitter.
A what?
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing Ulan frequencies and a pale something. I don't know more.
This guy barely understands what he's talking about.
That's okay because I don't understand
There
either.
you have it. Pale something.
You have any clues where she went?
She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
Well, isn't her lorry stuck anyway?
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Maybe.
Yeah, Al. And we won't either.
She's not really, Hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn.
That is the Ruby telling you.
She said you have a funny taste in clothes, and that you won't stop until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up like can.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having to go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
Sounds
It's
good.
not an actual question. Silence. He nods.
Do you remember anything else?
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This caught Titus. This caught Pete. But she was too scared.
Have you looked for her?
A little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her, more precisely?
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlog. She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there. Sure, there's some shit houses there, a cinder block town. Fisherfolk there refuse to unionize, so that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
That's actually a good question.
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a Lowry man. It'll have to.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM Sergeant material.
You should be competent. You don't really say, man.
When are you gonna get it through your suicidal head? I already am. I just wasn't sure you were.
And he still isn't. People aren't afraid of good cops in the way Ruby was afraid of you, he thinks, then turns back to his men.
Yeah, I'm moderately insane cop. So what do we have
The woman
here?
in an RCM patrol officer's uniform winces as she notices you.
You know, I'm wearing some interesting gloves and a crowbar and some tweezers in my hand. Just, look, usual police attire.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
A patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM, below lieutenant and sergeant.
Are you the cavalry?
I'm definitely not the cavalry.
Okay. Everything alright?
I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you?
It's cool to see another cop. I thought Kim and I were the only ones. I'm a deeply flawed individual, but I bring joy to the world. Why I bring the world of the end to come. If I wrong you, I've done it to a lot of
no,
people.
you haven't wronged me. It's okay. Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want?
Horse-faced woman, that's not a very nice way to describe it.
What does one talk about with a fellow officer?
Yeah, the police, right? Cool, so am I. You think that you're
What
from?
precinct?
Am I from? God, he doesn't know.
Fucking deranged lunatic.
Man with sunglasses.
You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe you're doing something wrong.
Maybe.
You look like shit. And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
Last couple of days have been rough.
Oh, don't be so modest. We're looking at several months worth of damage here. Kind of a miracle you're still up and at it, to be honest.
Oh, come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
It's not just this week. What you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. A similar but different face.
Are they like from my precinct? Are they just checking how...
He might be wearing a disguise.
%58%.
There's something that binds you to him. Some kind of an outfit, maybe. A uniform.
Animal control
the police
uniform.
of animals, yes.
Doesn't sound right, I don't know what I
Of course,
say.
you don't have to. You can talk about anything you want.
Okay, so another skill check I failed.
I'm not getting involved in this.
It's not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man in sunglasses and the woman beside him. Oh boy, they're mad at him. No wonder. He just doesn't recognize them.
Okay,
Watch
then.
out for yourself, loser.
That voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when calling to your station and reporting your badge missing?
Oh, really? I wonder where. That's the where you remember me from?
I have a bit of memory
You
trouble.
don't say. Goodbye then. The voice thing was a coincidence. Run along, asshole.
Probably wasn't. So, I have 2 skill points. So there is an esprit de corps that I've missed. I could do that. I just want more visual calculus because it's cool. I'm considering even more perception, although I'm already pretty high there. There was a volition that I needed to skill for a check to unlock at some point. There was, I think, wasn't there like a drama one that I wanted to? There were technically, I think, 2 checks upstairs that I could try again. But I mean, not sure if we are in a hurry here. We could just see if we can now get to the other side of the bridge. Oh, there is something here. I think there's something down there. Interesting. How would you get down there? You know, I think if you skill more perception, right, you get more of those bubbles pop up like the yellow ones. I think the yellow ones might be perception things. Wait, have I cleared this?
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque.
Pull it.
You grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the metal connects against the contact pins, you hear a loud clunk. Then the water lock starts moving.
Nice. Now we can get to the other side. There should be plenty of chances to get more experience
We can go
there.
to the coast now. Expect rugged terrain and drunks.
Ah, you know what? I'm gonna unlock another thought slot. And I throw in the date of birth generator. Not sure if that's wise, but we're gonna do it. Just, I don't know, for some reason I like the whole thought thing. Oh, there is some money here, that's good. I'm running low on cash. I still have some stuff that I could potentially sell. Plus empathy minus lodging. Okay. Oh, now we can follow the tracks to the car. Broken axle grinding. Banged up fuel canister. Okay, we can probably sell that maybe. So there is definitely the car that created a lot
motor
of...
carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible. It must be cold and lonely down there in the icy water. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading.
Yeah.
It appears to be so. I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water. Why the doom and gloom? It's just a sunken motor carriage. Some motor carriages are bound to end up in the sea.
On your hand over the cold
The motor
metal.
carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists.
It also seems mildly damaged.
The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by.
Well, we can ask the monkfish.
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
The estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred on Sunday evening.
Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside.
Great idea. Then we can get the things inside. The joyrider must have left something good inside. Guns, papers, maybe a cool jacket. A joyrider jacket. A joyrider jacket. You feel a strange connection to this joyrider. Maybe he's
I have
from
a
some
very
kind of
bad
joyriders
feeling
district
about this
and likes
carriage.
blue and white racing
And who
livery,
was driving
like
it?
a cop would.
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
As you sit down in the old, rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent. The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so.
Am I that fat?
Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea. Spit flies from your mouth to your moustache, your chest, the ground before you. No sound though.
It was 83%. Oh, come on.
Raining heavily here, Chief. Mind keeping it down a bit?
Why is my horrific necktie
The
talking?
lieutenant must think it's rather funny. He smiles and quickly turns away.
That's right. Just keep at it. It will come to you.
He's gloating at you. Oh, it's so easy for Mr. Teacher.
It should have been easy for me
With
too.
his lips puckered, the lieutenant lets out a beautiful, melodic trill that puts even the insulindic thrush to shame.
But somehow my moral here, so there is that.
You hear the sound echo on the large body of water. Clouds race across the spring sky, and suddenly you just feel better about everything. Okay, that's way better than what you did. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
Would you rather sit on anthill for an hour than a real... Not sure if that's a good discussion.
I believe it's following a pattern set millions of years ago by cosmic forces. But I suppose it could move quicker, yes?
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
Maybe a precinct?
It's as if he knows what it stands for, but wants you to say it. It's pedagogical.
Yeah.
Does he know something about that speed racer?
41 is the rank of the underground street hierarchy. But no. District something, a precinct.
A precinct, yes. A police precinct. Precinct 41, your precinct.
A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling comes over you. No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
Yeah, I drove my car into this. I mean, it's consistent with my driving, so, you know. We have consistency over all the games we play.
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then drove your vehicle in the sea right here.
You can still fix it. Probably not. They're not gonna take me back after this, are they? Gonna notice.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything. There
Yeah,
is also a fourth thing you've lost.
A fourth
More
thing?
precious than the gun, the badge, and the motor carriage combined. Lost forever into the deepest of seas.
People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more costly.
I don't know about that one. Well, let's see what's in there now.
Yes, let's go take a look.
My moral was slightly damaged in it. Oh, I got my badge. And a commander's jacket. Is it better than the patrol cloak? Visual calculus. I like visual calculus. You know what? Let's... Ah! Looking nice. Looking nice.
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
Yeah, that's fine.
At least something good came out of all this.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and, in the lower right corner, your precinct. The man keeps winking at you with his green-grey eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that. But the badge is new. You used an old photo for a new badge.
How old?
Maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good-looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns. What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it does on you now. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
Name, Harrier Dubois.
Harrier? That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
Don't want to be Harrier Dubois. No, I'm fine with that.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you officer when he's angry with you, and detective when he's not. The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it, Catching light. You see lines of information.
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
W. Freight, that's an interesting name. Is like a freighter like some language? Did I make that up?
The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant. The title of Yefreitor is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're double Yefreitor.
Stop calling me Harry.
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's decontage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect.
Or maybe I wanted to keep doing field
And
work.
sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank, in your case, lieutenant.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
What my rank was drunk.
Decontage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol Citizens Militia. It means counting down to twos.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the revolution, which in turn was developed by last-century experimental psychologists in the University of Königstein.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, and then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kings. Kings like satellite officers and the additionally a freighter rank I already explained.
I see.
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
Yeah, thanks for
My
playing all
pleasure.
this.
Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught between thick plastic, like a fly in amber. It reads.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
The numbers are not there for good measure. They have an administrative purpose, one that's unfortunately been erased from your memory.
I probably don't know to know that. I don't need to know that.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
You're pretty sure you weren't doing well, but better? Probably yes. A lot can happen in 4 months, especially in winter. The winters are never easy on you, of that you are sure.
I remember that time! That was a good time! We had a good work-drink balance going! What happened, man? Pump it up!
I'm still not sure why my necktie is talking with me so long. But, you know, I mean, I have voices in my head. Why shouldn't my necktie have its own voice?
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41, like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor, a lot of asphalt. The 41st is... it's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is.
It's no wonder you are like you are, he thinks. But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiaeva.
Yeah, probably don't remember any of them.
Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri.
Or maybe I do.
Suddenly, names from your decomptage flash in your forebrain. And you? Is it an honor to work with you? Don't ask him, ask yourself. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
Well, we got some information there. Oh, we found some coins. Seems the walker was really confused. I mean, the walker was probably me, right? Right. I did get another skill. I have 2 skill points. I do have 8 vision because I have the other jacket on there. What do we have here? Bow knots. Drama. Postcard. I mean, the necktie gives me Inland Empire. The bow knot would give me drama. Drama could be more useful, I guess. Inland Empire couldn't be
Great
very
news.
interesting though.
The boat is big enough for a grown man like you to fit underneath it in a supine position.
Great news, I found somewhere new to sleep.
I don't know. Sleeping? What do people do under boats? This is merely a measurement from your visual cortex. Do with it what you want.
Thank you, visual cortex. Quick travel? Wait, this game is quick travel? Interesting. So many things to click and everything gives me an experience, and there is also a... Oh, pants. Kingdom of Consciousness. What the hell is Kingdom of Consciousness? There is no Kingdom of Consciousness, is there? They gave me plus composure. Kingdom of Consciousness moralist. Ah, okay. No, I think we'll stick with our own pants. Shot couldn't have come from here. Okay, interesting. Is there a way to get inside there? I mean, I'm sort of running in circles. I'm not sure. So we are somewhere here at the fish... No, we are... Not at the church, right? We came over through here. We are somewhere in this area down here. Certainly have a lot to explore, I think. Cavalry boots +1 perception. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna take those boots. I think they're better than mine.
Hi, officer. Anything I can help you with?
Where
A
are we
fishing village
exactly?
on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called Elysium.
Okay.
The sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since they built this place. The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions, and that was actually the second one.
I see.
Indeed, you're always confused as to your whereabouts. Ask her about the cool sword. Helps to break the ice.
Nice sword.
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks mostly.
It is imposing.
It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation.
Okay.
From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time.
So where are the men now?
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying. Gone.
Gone
to
where?
the waves. The sea took him. It was a long time ago.
Not everything's a murder.
He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles.
There is nothing I should... No, you'd have thrown yourself in the waves after him. It's healthy to let go and move on, I suppose.
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic for her.
Interesting.
She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action.
Oh, I'm a
Do
professional.
it! Hit on the widow! It's the right thing to do!
I should stop wearing that necktie.
Let's see. Who are you looking for?
Looking for missing cryptozoologists.
I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate?
People who look for animals who are hard to find.
Aha! Like snowmen. 2 odd guys have been wandering around here, nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like.
Where did they go?
Don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. Who else are you looking for besides snowmen?
I'm looking for a suspect.
Okay. When did this person stay here?
Very recently.
Oh. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. The weather's been good for fishing, so I usually start at 4 in the morning. Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. The sea really takes its toll. Now I'm just waiting for the wind to settle to get out there again. Sorry I couldn't help you out. Maybe I can help you find someone else. Well, how can I assist you then, officer? Sure is. The sun, I call her, coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue. Where are you? This says by signing I agree to living with construction noise. What exactly is the Union building?
A youth center.
What a nice idea. Wouldn't have thought that...
She sounds incredulous about the niceness of the idea.
What exactly?
Evrart and the Union have nice plans for anything. I thought they only cared about themselves. Well, I guess Union members have children too.
I mean, they could still just claim to be the youth center, I
And
suppose.
those members have a vote when electing the head of the local chapter.
He has a pen in everything.
I do. Like, I'm a true professional.
Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did I get my pen back? Yes, I did. That's very good because I probably need that. I mean, I'm not sure if I need that, but I needed in the past to take some notes. What do we have here?
I'll just keep the Corda Lacey in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier.
Hi, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way.
Wise choice here now.
Of course.
But
jetty.
then I can talk with her more about
I prefer a
reality.
good jetty to a pier any day.
Something about the way she says it makes you want to sing.
Is that so? Yeah, let's just go for it.
Oh, jetty. It's good to see you here, detectives. I only just arrived myself.
What brings you here, madame?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally.
That's
This
so.
cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
Wait, there are official maps?
That. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
How do you like it here?
How do I like it?
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune. The smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name, all the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
Let's not talk about
I'm
it.
surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask your questions while you can.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull grey metal rests in her scabbard. A sword. The wind is too loud for her to hear.
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
And one of them even has a gun. The other one has a crowbar and some tweezers.
All right. Politics time. Let's react. Real men, real politics, real thoughts in your head.
Yeah, no danger, the working class have no idea what is happening. I assumed either way. Try not to be scared, this is just how the real city looks.
Oh, I'm not frightened, officer. I'd never...
Really?
Above you, there forms a quilt of altocumulus clouds, twisting into each other. The wind tugs and stretches them over the bay. Their cloud shadows slide over the ruins of Revachol West. Wherever they pass, the temperature drops slightly, but perceptibly.
Is that so?
Have I told you how they discovered this place?
This island?
No. They're in Celindian, Isola.
No.
Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty.
Oblivion, that's so me.
I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians will never know what this place means. Our home. This island of matter. Or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location?
I mean, now we have time.
I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism. I would not want to delay you.
This story she will tell only before she leaves Martinez. at the very end of her stay.
Okay.
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with while you're hot in pursuit.
Oh, I found my badge.
I love you did.
She is memorizing your badge number.
Okay.
Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious.
I mean, I might have had high qualification at some point. Now I'm just a mess.
What can I help you with, Lieutenant Freighter?
We could talk more about reality, right?
More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
What are you?
What I am not is a basic term of reality.
You sure?
There may be a way to get her speaking about herself at some later juncture.
A bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions? This place is an unmarked micro-settlement on the coast of Martinez. It's lovely, really. I'm thinking of buying it.
Really?
Actually, yes. The thought did cross my mind when Mademoiselle Lillian over there told me about the fresh produce these women sell to restaurants on the Delta.
You both turn to consider the young woman. She's hunched over a net, methodically picking out ribbons of plastic.
This place could use a competent manager. There's so much to be done. But then I'll never get round to it, will I? Doubtless I'll be off someplace keeping social classes from each other's throats. Let's go back to the basics of reality, shall we? Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia.
He's being sarcastic.
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin.
A random Sabrina appeared.
Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are to me is the police, the only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol. And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I am here to help.
Good to know.
Glad to have been of assistance.
Okay, so we have nothing else to figure out about the basics of reality for now. You know what? Maybe I'll just use the bow tie instead of the horrific necktie. Now I'm wondering if I should instead just put a skill point into Inland Empire, because it's an interesting skill to have around. What else did I want to skill? I wanted to skill potentially drama, volition and visual calculus. You know what, we put one into Inland Empire, let's do it. Are we doing experience-wise? 30 currently, so 70 more for the next skill.
You're not sure about the melody, but it might be South Samaran, possibly Sigayan, also known as the Apricot Sujunti.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
Okay.
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
The cops your hair rises. No, we don't care for trouble.
Of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
I'm ill omen, right?
Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black hound.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
Maybe they are afraid.
Why?
Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then. Because that's the kind of fishing village we've built.
I see.
I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone. Searching for treasure. So are others.
So I found a bit of ocean to park my motor carriage in, so we are fine on the parking space.
Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
So, have you seen Ruby?
Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately.
You know who I'm talking
This
about?
is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
I see.
She's being evasive. She knows something.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now? I know how this world works. And it doesn't work when people tell on each other.
We are here to help.
Aye, that you are, Dark Omen. Help yourselves and your organization. Help the storm clouds gather on the horizon. There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway.
Ruby was here. You know it.
Why could someone stay around here?
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave.
I mean, it's a bit obvious that I asked that now after we've told her we're looking
That
for
said,
Ruby.
if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack. I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM. Oh, don't. It's your choice. No skin off my teeth.
I've already paid for the night, though.
Suit yourself. But should you ever need shelter, remember old Isabel and her shack by the sea.
I mean, I've already paid for that. Maybe I'll be back next night, depending on how much money I have. Book a primer for small kids. The right thing for me
You
to
hold
read.
in your hand the colorful primer. The title reads, A Primer for Small Kids. There's a bear involved.
There is. Flip through
Every
the pages.
page has one word designating one letter of the alphabet with a faded illustration. Most of them are scientific and cultural principles. It goes as follows. A is for azimuth. B is for Boreas. C is for cosine. D is for diamite. E is for ellipse. F is for phlogiston. G is for gamete.
That's an interesting primer book.
H is for homeboy. I is for econ. J is for Eura. K is for collapse. L is for laudanum. M is for myriad. N is for nadir. O is for aureole. P is for perihelion.
Not
Q
stoically.
is for quasar. R is for rhododendron. S is for sinus. T is for tricolor. U is for ultra. V is for vector. W is for Wahrheit. X is for xylophone. Y is for Ustava. Z is for zenith. That's it. You know the alphabet now.
You know the alphabet now. Yeah, let's not say that maybe. Well, I just stole some taxidermy. I mean,
Hello,
it's
mister.
mine now.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
Sure, the stuffed bird you took from me. I mean, should I really point out that I just stole her stuff?
Oh, I had gloves. Very big ones. Heavy, too.
What's she have in her hand, by the way? Is it a toy? Probably.
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house. Where no one lives. I think someone hid them there.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
Where are the gloves
I
now?
hid them. The twins were gonna take them. They're stupid.
We are going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
Or maybe to use them myself.
Oh. They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. It's not very good. It's a grouse!
You might be able to get on Gart's good side if you make up for the skewer you broke.
Can I have him?
Sure. I mean, you already took it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry.
You already took it. I mean, yeah, sure, but at least, you know, I've asked for permission now.
Luby. Raluby. My mom tells me I'm a big girl, but she doesn't know that I can't say Earl. Or like, sometimes I can, but then
Okay.
Uller.
Kids.
Bye!
So we got some information about the gloves, and I've got a stuffed bird that I can give. So we're looking for a sand castle. That's here. Can I get some fancy gloves now?
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network. The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Right, I still need to call the station, and they should have information now from the boots.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front.
Last 2 interface are nice, they're better than my gloves. And they even look cool, eh? We are getting somewhere, I tell you, we're getting somewhere.
As you fold your fingers into a fist, you realize you could knock anyone out with one punch. The white ceramic gloves wrap around your digits comfortably. Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plates reorient to your motions.
Decked out in future armor, like a cop ought to be. I'll be responsible with this. Maybe.
The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and voluptuous, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you.
Yeah, I've already given up on the boots though. This is the long sought after enemy technology. I can't just enjoy it, I must study it, maybe.
This is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. Wear it. Observe its properties. See if there's a weakness in the design. For the day you have to fight someone covered in the same material.
Is that foreshadowing? There goes the skill point that I wanted to use for something else, but I guess we're now thinking about the armor. And we continue thinking about that on Friday probably, because yeah, I think we're gonna call it a day here.